Lorna's Island by Louise Johnson. Irving stood out on deck and watched the island draw gradually nearer. Hazy outlines now became clear, as though he was focusing a telescope. His daughter, Lorna, had always described the island's rocky seashore and volcanic crags as beautiful, but Irving only saw a barren wilderness where nothing thrived. So this was it, he thought, her stony grave. A blast on the foghorn signified they would soon be arriving, and Irving went to disembark. "Welcome to our little island," said a short, stout man on the quayside, who held up a placard with Irving's name on it. Together they weaved their way through the crates of squawking chickens and exhaust-belching trucks waiting to be driven on board. The burning midday sun made it painful to look at the whitewashed buildings ahead of them. As they hopscotched from one patch of shade to another, the man kept up a running commentary like a tourist guide. A surge of anger flooded through Irving, but just then, an elderly woman dressed in black hobbled towards them and bid them good day. Irving again felt his mood shift. "That is Inspector Nikos," the man said. They had reached a taverna where a group of policemen sat under the shade of a large tamarisk tree. "How good to meet you finally, Mr. Irving," the inspector said. "An ouzo, perhaps?" "I've traveled a long way to identify my daughter," Irving replied. "I want to get it over with as quickly as possible." "Ah, yes, your daughter. So sad. We're doing everything we can." Irving glanced at the brimming ashtray, the empty beer bottles, the half-eaten plates of calamari. They belied the inspector's words. "Please excuse us," said Nikos, appearing to read Irving's thoughts. "We always take lunch here. I'll be in my office around 4. He pointed towards a Moorish building further inland. The police station, Irving assumed. "I'll be there at 4 sharp. Irving took himself to a table as far from the policemen as possible and ordered a drink. This wasn't some social occasion, for Christ's sake, and he could smell alcohol on Nikos' breath. Irving felt a crushing sense of failure as he sipped his muddy Greek coffee. Fathers were meant to protect their children. Now, and for the rest of his life, he would have to live with his guilt. Did grief like this ever diminish? And if it did, should it?